Chef Curry, double salute to Chef. This question is for you, Vic. Victor, he used my line. That's good, Chef. Your words, not mine. We do have the right to be suspicious of you, correct? Based on what you said.
Have I not said that myself?
Yes.
In the beginning, when I was working with Nonito Donaire in the very beginning, there's a video of me walking in the gym. And I said, should people be suspicious of me? And the answer is yes. So,
did y'all hear that? He's telling you to be suspicious of him. Since 2012, his words, not mine, when he was working with Nonito Donaire, he told people, you should be suspicious of me. Why would you say that when you're working with Nonito? Why would you say that people should be suspicious of you in 2012? There's three things that happened in 2012 besides him working with Nonito Donaire. Let me address the elephant in the room. The first thing that happened in 2012 is that Marlon Byrd, the baseball player, tested positive for a banned substance under the SNAC program with Victor Conte. And I dare anybody to say I'm lying because I can pull it up when I asked them to confirm it, and he did. You said you never had a fighter that tested positive under SNAC, but you would agree that there's some controversy around the baseball player, Mr. Marlon Byrd. He was under the SNAC program when he tested positive, correct?
Yes, he was.
What else happened in 2012 that I asked him about? Oh, Bill Romanowski, a man that Victor Conte was giving the illegal substances to for years, went to the airport, according to Victor Conte, picked up Alex Rodriguez and brought Alex Rodriguez to Victor Conte's office when he was asking about illegal substances. Victor said it was legal performance enhancement that he was asking for as well, but he also confirmed, Victor Conte confirmed, I'll pull it up, I'll pull it right up, you don't believe. He said that meaning Alex Rodriguez did, ask him about this or that, how to do this and that with illegal substances. That's what happened in 2012. That you had some kind of dialogue with Alex Rodriguez. We all know who he is. Great MLB player. To my understanding, in 2012, this is all public record, he came to you, and I don't know if Romanowski brought him to you, but he came to you.
Romanowski picked him up at the airport and brought him to me. Drove him to the SNAC, yes.
Right. So you did an interview with the Daily News, and they actually quoted you by saying Alex Rodriguez came to you for illegal substances, but hypothetically, the topic came up for him to receive performance-enhancing drugs from you. What happened in that situation?
No, he asked my opinion about this one or that one, and these are things that were certain. Back then, there was a doctor that he was with, as well as Tiger with from not Bosch, but yeah, he was with Tony Bosch too. But there was another doctor, Anthony something from Canada, I forget.
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about.
So we talked about some of these things, but he was not asking me to provide those to him. I guess there was already through testing and other discussion or investigation of him and Tony Bosch. And so he was looking for, what can I do that with legal performance enhancing substances? So did he come? Yes. Did we end up testing his blood? Yes. Did I end up making recommendations to him and providing him with supplements? Yes.
What else happened in 2000? Oh, I remember detail. Andre Berto tested positive for the banned substance nandrolone, the same banned substance that Barry Bonds tested for. If you go back and look at the Netflix documentary, see, I pointed this out on the channel already. Those are the three things that we know, that's public record, that I have evidence of right here, where Victor Conte confirmed that those three things happened in 2012. But in 2012, this advocate told everybody, you should be suspicious of me. So the question on the floor again becomes, is Victor Conte an advocate or is he an avenue? We need answers.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the jury, members of the Roll the Tape film crew, welcome to another edition, another episode of Roll the Tape podcast with Manager Marty. I am your host, Manager Marty, and I welcome each and every last one of you. We are here, live and living color. I hope everyone had a great and astounding weekend. We have some boxing to talk about today. We have the business of boxing to talk about today. And I'm so very excited to be here, as I always am. And hey, listen, I got to start the show off right, but before I do that, before I start it off right with the topics of our discussion today, I have to give a shout out to everyone who came here, found it not robbery to be here. And I have to give a shout out to those who are members of the channel, those who have been promoted to supervisors of the Roll the Tape film crew. And I'm talking about Biz on the beat. Double salute to you, Biz. Double salute to you, Andre Noble. Double salute to you, Jay Sar 72. Double salute to you, Jeremy Austin. Appreciate you guys, as always, and everybody else in the chat. Those of you that are watching the replay of this live, I welcome you as well. Come on, y'all. We need the likes to be congruent with the views right now. I know this Monday. Today is Monday, right? Is today Monday? Right, today is Monday. Yeah, today is Monday. Yeah, come on through. Yeah, come on through. We're going to have a good show today, y'all. Good show. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. Not going to spend too much time on it. Because we got Canelo Alvarez to talk about. We have to talk about Canelo Alvarez. We got to talk about him. We also have to talk about Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia. Yep, we have to talk about those two fighters fighting at the Barclays Center, Brooklyn, New York, April 20th. Let's talk about it. We have to talk about Tank Davis, Gervonta Tank Davis, who basically is being reported to fight Frank Martin this year in 2024. Yeah. But before we get into that, though, I want to say that you can look on your screen if you can. If you cannot look on your screen because you're preoccupied or you're driving or you got something else going on where you cannot engage, I want to read what's on your screen right now. And yes, you may have seen this already. Some of you have, but some of you did not see this comment. Double salute to my guy, Andre Smith, another member of the channel, supervisor of the Roll the Tape film crew. But there's a comment that Victor Conte left on the screen, and I just wanted to address it, if I may. Y'all don't mind, do y'all? Y'all don't mind. This is the bread and water segment of our show. Y'all don't mind, do you? Yeah, we bypassing our Town Watch check-in today. But anyway, Victor Conte, he made a comment on the channel a few days ago. He's been making comments for a long time, of course, as we know. For the last few months, he has been making comments on videos. Most of the videos, majority of them, have something to do with him, where he's talking himself, and some other ones from the past before he came up here in the interview that he's conducted with me. It has something to do with some of the things that I've said regarding VADA testing, excuse me, and SNAC program and different things of that nature. I just wanted to speak on a few things that's on my heart, and I wanted to start off with where I left off at with you all on Friday. In a video that I published earlier today, which is a video that I just played. Most of you heard it. Some of you that are just joining us live did not get an opportunity to hear the video or probably see it from earlier. So what I want to do is read the comment. I want to read it out loud. Then I want to replay the video that I put together so that we all can be on the same page. I want to address a few things, if I may, and then we'll move on with the other pieces of our discussion today. Victor Conte states, let's clarify that the time period when I said people should be suspicious of me was in 2012 and working with Nonito Donaire. That is what Victor Conte said that you see on your screen. I want to read it again. I want to read it again, if I may. Let's clarify that the time period when I said people should be suspicious of me was in 2012 and working with Nonito Donaire. Okay? That's what he said. Now, here's the video. I put a compilation of things together to basically illustrate the points that I was making in the video that I published today earlier. And then, of course, from when Detailed Boxing was here, and we addressed some of the things when I asked about whether or not Victor Conte, in your opinion, the audience, is he an advocate or an avenue? All right. Chef Curry, double salute to Chef. This question is for you, Vic. Victor, he used my line. That's good, Chef. Your words, not mine. We do have the right to be suspicious of you, correct? Based on what you say.
Have I not said that myself?
Yes.
In the beginning, when I was working with Nonito Donaire, in the very beginning, there's a video of me walking in the gym, and I said, should people be suspicious of me? And the answer is yes. So,
did y'all hear that? He's telling you to be suspicious of him. Since 2012, his words, not mine, when he was working with Nonito Donaire, he told people, you should be suspicious of me. Why would you say that when you're working with Nonito? Why would you say that people should be suspicious of you in 2012? There's three things that happened in 2012 besides him working with Nonito Donaire. Let me address the elephant in the room. The first thing that happened in 2012 is that Marlon Byrd, the baseball player, tested positive for a banned substance under the SNAC program with Victor Conte. And I dare anybody to say I'm lying because I can pull it up when I asked them to confirm it, and he did. You said you never had a fighter that tested positive under SNAC, but you would agree that there's some controversy around the baseball player, Mr. Marlon Byrd. He was under the SNAC program when he tested positive, correct?
yes, he was.
What else happened in 2012 that I asked him about? Oh, Bill Romanowski, a man that Victor Conte was giving the illegal substances to for years, went to the airport, according to Victor Conte, picked up Alex Rodriguez and brought Alex Rodriguez to Victor Conte's office when he was asking about illegal substances. Victor said it was legal performance enhancement that he was asking for as well, but he also confirmed, Victor Conte confirmed, I'll pull it up, I'll pull it right up, you don't believe. He said that meaning Alex Rodriguez did, ask him about this or that, how to do this and that with illegal substances. That's what happened in 2012. That you had some kind of dialogue with Alex Rodriguez. We all know who he is. Great MLB player. To my understanding, in 2012, this is all public record, he came to you, and I don't know if Romanowski brought him to you, but he came to you.
Romanowski picked him up at the airport and brought him to me. Drove him to SNAC, yes.
Right. So you did an interview with the Daily News, and they actually quoted you by saying Alex Rodriguez came to you for illegal substances, but hypothetically, the topic came up for him to receive performance-enhancing drugs from you. What happened in that situation?
No, he asked my opinion about this one or that one, and these are things that were certain. Back then, there was a doctor that he was with, as well as Tyler with from not Bosch, but yeah, he was with Tony Bosch too. But there was another doctor, Anthony something from Canada, I forget.
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about.
So we talked about some of these things, but he was not asking me to provide those to him. I guess there was already through testing and other discussion or investigation of him and Tony Bosch, and so he was looking for what can I do that with legal performance enhancing substances. So did he come? Yes. Did we end up testing his blood? Yes. Did I end up making recommendations to him and providing him with supplements? Yes.
What else happened in 2000? Oh, I remember detail. Andre Berto tested positive for the banned substance nandrolone, the same banned substance that Barry Bonds tested for. If you go back and look at the Netflix documentary, see, I pointed this out on the channel already. Those are the three things that we know that's public record that I have evidence of right here, where Victor Conte confirmed that those three things happened in 2012. But in 2012, this advocate told everybody, you should be suspicious of me. So the question on the floor again becomes, is Victor Conte an advocate or is he an avenue? We need answers. All right, so y'all already heard it again. And I find it intriguing. Best videos. You and Charles Stevens, I see you two Crawford fans have an issue with me talking about this. So stay right there and don't move. I got something for you in a second. When I finish talking, best videos and Charles, I want to give you a gift and I want you to receive it now. All right? I'm gonna lay something on you and I want you to receive the gift. Okay? So stay right there and don't move. Now, I find it intriguing. All right, we're going to talk about it right now. I find it intriguing that I've been on YouTube. Everybody knows how long I've been here now. I find it intriguing that I've been on YouTube for the amount of duration that I've been on YouTube. I have never, ever been talked to or talked about by a certain type of men in my entire life. I want to be very specific in what I'm talking about. I was talking to a homie of mine recently. Double salute to my guy Jason. That's my homie. And I was talking to him. I was talking to some other friends of mine. And I thought about something, and I want to bring this up now. That I've never had, let me be more specific. I never had white men at all address me or talk to me or make references about me or talk about me or insult me or berate me or attempt to humiliate me publicly as I've been a victim of all of these things until I got here on YouTube. And I'm being very specific about the two older white men when I'm referring to the things that I'm saying. I'm talking about Rick Glaser and Victor Conte. Most of you all was here from the beginning of this. Some of you that just start coming along. I just want to understand what is this really about, because it's starting to cause emotional distress. It's starting to cause eyeballs in places that it shouldn't be. It's starting to cause other people to respond in the same manner that these two individuals have responded in, more specifically, Victor Conte. Now, there's no secret now. We know that Victor Conte and Rick Glaser are two older white men, one probably in his late 60s, the other one in his 70s. I don't know if this is racially motivated or not for these two older white men to feel comfortable as they've been feeling, to talk to me, talk about me, insult me the way that they have thus far. And no, I am not playing the race card. And anybody that's been on this channel for the duration that I've been on YouTube know that I never played the race card. If you know me personally in my life and you watching this, you know how I feel about race relations. So you know I'm not playing the race card. But I'm just saying though, right? I'm going to give you an example, right? Salute to another member of the channel, supervisor of the Roll to Take film crew, 2 Cents Boxing. Give you an example. When I start talking about the SNAC program, right? I kept telling y'all the SNAC program works. And I also told y'all that Terence Crawford was on the SNAC program. Every Terence Crawford fan that I spoke to, none of them believed me when I told them that Terence Crawford was on the SNAC program, right? The backlash that I received from mentioning that Terence Crawford was on the SNAC program was that I was insinuating. I was using undertones, right? But then here it is. We see undertones and insinuations being used against me. And those very same people are not saying anything about it when we see undertones being used against me, when I wasn't doing no undertones, when I wasn't doing no insinuations. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to understand is this. I'm going to show you why it's not the race card. Because it does not have anything to do with what I say on this camera. You can't tell me anything that I said that was, number one, false. You can never say that I've ever insulted Victor Conte. You can never say that I insulted Rick Glaser. None of y'all can say it. Did I offend them? Absolutely, I did. But the truth offends anyone who doesn't embrace it. And I make no apologies for that. But show me a time that when I presented truth and evidence, right? Talking about boxing now, when I presented truth and evidence, whether it be to Rick Glaser or Victor Conte, when I presented truth and evidence, talking about boxing now, I kept it on boxing. Everything I said was about the sport of boxing. Name a time that Rick Glaser or Victor Conte, when they was responding to me, whether it be in person, and I say in person meaning that Rick Glaser was up here when y'all saw his undertones when he snapped out on me here, right? And even written in the comments section with Victor Conte, where they responded to exactly what I said. Never, not once. Not once. When I say responded, I'm talking about the things that I said on YouTube, keeping it about boxing. Because calling me homeless, that don't have nothing to do with boxing. Calling me a mental midget, that has nothing to do with boxing. Saying that I'm a little toad in a small pond, that has nothing to do with boxing. Saying that I'm out on the streets with a hat next to me begging for change, that has nothing to do with boxing. Calling D-Town boxing a clueless fool, that has nothing to do with boxing. I'm just, should I continue? There is more. Calling me a liar, that has nothing to do with boxing. Which I never lied, not one time I was on YouTube. Not once. Nor was I lying about anything I said about Victor Conte. Everything I've said was facts. And most of the things that I've responded to was things that he said out of his own mouth. When he says things like clickbait, to me, that's social media talk. That's YouTube talk. Clickbait is like, that's a YouTube term. When he refers to my audience, the Roller Tape Film crew members, and those of you that support me, when he called you all fanboys, that's a YouTube term, right? That's a media and social media term. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the other things that these men, effing clown, that was Rick Glaser. Are you effing stupid? Rick Glaser. These are things that have been said to or about me by older white men. I haven't heard many of you black people speak on that. I'm referring to Terence Crawford fans to be a little bit more specific when I say black people. You see, he can get away, Victor can get away with saying everything that he wants to say. But then when I use his words against him, I'm wrong. Y'all don't see the undertones in that? Because it don't have nothing to do with boxing. So what is it then? I never made any insults to neither one of these guys. Neither one of them. And nobody can find it nowhere. Nowhere. So if you are insulting me and it's not related to boxing, as an older white man talking to a younger black man, two totally different generations now, then what is it really about? I don't want to answer. I just want people to hear how foolish this has become at this point and the emotional distress that this can possibly cause. And you see, when people try to say, because I see where it's going in the chat, that I'm playing the race card. I ain't never played the race card, not one time in my life. And I actually point out when other people do it. What I am saying is, if it's outside of the realm of the subject matter at hand, and Victor Conte is responding, and he's insulting me and degrading me, that don't have nothing to do with boxing. What is that? He should not be allowed to do that. Victor Conte, I know you watching. Let me take my glasses off so you know I'm serious and everybody else. I will not tolerate the insults any longer. That ain't no threat. I'm just telling you where it is. Because now you're taking it to a level where I got to sit back and start thinking about which is playing, over and over in my head when I have family and friends that's looking at the comment section and they even thinking, well, wait a minute. Since when do older white men start demeaning and insulting black people like this? Publicly. Since when they start doing that? And that's acceptable. That is unacceptable. You want to comment about something that I said about you? Fine. I respect that. But all the insults, you taking this somewhere that they don't have to go. Because to me, it's starting, if it's outside the realm of boxing, now it becomes racial. Listen, and I dare any of y'all, I dare anybody to challenge me and say, because somebody has a relationship with black people, that does not mean that they don't use racial undertones. I know people that are black that use racial undertones and they racist against other cultures. I don't make that acceptable for them. So I can't sit here and make it acceptable for no other person or no other race to do it. It's unacceptable. So now my public statement is it's unacceptable and it won't be tolerated. Now, if this was a situation where we're having friendly banter and we're just disagreeing based on the subject matter of boxing, because that's what this channel is about, the business and sport of boxing, then I can see us going back and forth. We can disagree. It's all good. That's why I have a Town Watch check-in, right? But since when is that acceptable? Since when? If Victor Conte, and I said this about Rick Glaser, and now I'm gonna challenge black people because I see best videos. You don't gotta comment no more, bruh. I got something for you in a second because I want you to come and say all this. I got something for you. Just don't move and stay right there. I got a gift for you. Okay? Now, if Victor Conte, I said the same thing after Rick Glaser did it to me, and now I'm going to do it again. If Victor Conte was a white police officer, right? And he pulled me over, right? And he came to the car and he said all of the things to me, to my face, that he said in the comment section. When I say the things he said, I'm talking about the insulting things that he said. Do you think that if black people were standing outside with cell phones, that they wouldn't record that? You don't think that black people that was standing outside as witnesses wouldn't say nothing to that white guy, that cop? Let's keep it all the way 100. If Victor Conte was a police officer and he pulled me over and he walked up to the car and said all of the insulting, degrading things to me, you mean to tell me if someone recorded that, you mean to tell me that other black people that saw or heard that would make that acceptable? I can assure you that that would be unacceptable. I would assure you that that would be unacceptable. And everybody on here knows it. Right? So, if Victor Conte was a cop and pulled me over and he said those insulting things to me as a motorist, if that wouldn't be acceptable, then it shouldn't be allowed and acceptable on YouTube. I follow the community guidelines on YouTube. I've never insulted Victor Conte, nor have I insulted Rick Glacier. Not once. Now, did I offend them for telling the truth? Possibly. But offending someone and insulting them and degrading and humiliating them, they are two totally different things. The things that Victor Conte has said about me was outside of the context of boxing. It don't make no difference of what he feels. He said it publicly and he keeps doing it in the comment section. That has nothing to do with boxing. Now, if he says clickbait, that's a YouTube term. I think that is acceptable. It's acceptable. Calling someone a fanboy on YouTube, that's acceptable. That's a social media term. But calling a black man homeless, begging for change, being a little toad in a small pond, you know, comments like that, that's unacceptable. Calling me a liar with capital letters when I never lied about anything. See, defamation is not truthful statements. Slander is not truthful statements. That had nothing to do with boxing. So how can you sit here and say that's acceptable? That's unacceptable. Can't nobody dispute that. And if you do, there's something wrong with you. Stop idolizing people. He called D-Town Boxing a clueless fool. Now, I'm not speaking for D-Town Boxing. I'm just telling you what Victor Conte said about D-Town Boxing on my channel in the comment section on my channel. That had nothing to do with boxing. I'm just saying. We got to keep it all the way on it. Hold on for a minute. We're gonna deal with Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney fighting at the Barclays Center. We're gonna talk about Tank Davis versus Frank Martin. This is what's being reported. We're gonna talk about Canelo Alvarez leaving PBC. We're gonna talk about all of that. We're gonna talk about, but I want to address this first. That's all I'm saying. Since when do we make this behavior acceptable where older white men can demean black men and it's okay? It's not acceptable for black people to demean other black people. So why would it be acceptable when a white older man from a different generation, a different time in America, to say that to a younger black man? And that's cool? That's acceptable? Where they do that at? That's all. I'm just asking a question. That's all I'm saying. Where do they do that at? I just put 2 links out there. Where's my phone at? Best videos. That's for you, bro. I told you I was going to send you a gift. Come on up here for a second. Let me ask you something. I know you're a Terence Crawford fan. It's okay. Come on up here, best videos. Those 2. Don't nobody else touch that link. That's for him. Charles Stevens. That's for you too. Come on up. I want to ask you something real quick. Well, let me get my phone, y'all. Hold on. All right. That's best videos. That's for you. Let's talk. Let's talk. I just want to talk real quick. Hold on. Let me see something real quick. Best videos, you there?
Wait, I was on mute. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. What's good with you, bro?
Chilling. Oh, what's up, Marty?
Oh, I'm good,
Yeah,
bro.
Ain't gonna be long. But I'm gonna start with my comment, bro. You brought those 2 white men on there to degrade Terence Crawford to try
That's not true.
to
Not
make
true.
him seem like he's a cheater.
Best
Why do
videos.
you bring
Let's
him
do
on
this.
it then? Why you bring him on it then? Why did you bring him on? Yeah, go ahead.
Best videos. Let's do this. When you say something, give me a chance to respond because I don't want you to go all in and lose the audience, okay? Hold on for a second. You are assuming and accusing me of something that's not true. You said that I brought those two white men up here to degrade Terence Crawford. That is not true.
So what did you bring them up there for then?
Well, see, that's where you're wrong at. What you should have done first was ask me, hey, what did you bring those two white men up for? See, that's what you should have did first, instead of assuming.
No, because I've been listening to
I'm
your
gonna
channel,
answer your
my guy.
question.
I've been listening to your channel, so I know. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna answer your question. I brought Rick Glaser up here. Let's be clear on something. Because see, you said you watch my channel, so you should know the answer to these questions. But since you don't, I am going to refresh your memory. I brought Rick Glaser up here because there's a guy named, he calls himself King now. He changed his name from G-Man, the guy Justin. He's the one that came up here. I didn't ask him to come here. He came on a panel. He came on a panel and said, this is last year. You scared to debate my friend Rich Glaser. And Rachel Donaire, she needs to also debate my friend Rich Glaser. And I said, man, ain't nobody scared to debate no Rick Glaser. Why you bringing him up? I said, I never talked about debating nobody. Why would you bring up Rick Glaser? Oh, I'm just saying Rick Glaser, my friend Rick Glaser will cook you. I said, Rick Glaser is entitled to his opinion and whatever he say, and he's more than welcome to come up here. So let's just keep that in perspective. I only invited Rick Glaser to come up here because another man brought his name up. I never spoke to Rick Glaser about anything. Another man brought his name up, talking about he's going to cook me, and he knows all this stuff more than me, I guess, about the business of boxing. That's how Rick Glaser got up here in the first place. Now, let's stick it on Rick Glaser. Now, let me ask you a question. Did you hear the dialogue that I had with Rick Glaser? Terrence Best Videos, are you there?
You must have muted me. No, it's been a while. I don't remember exactly that conversation you had with Rick Glaser.
You remember him calling me an effing clown? You remember that?
Okay, well, I don't really remember. I know, no, I don't. No.
You remember when he asked me, "What are you, stupid?" You remember when he said that?
No.
You don't remember that? You remember when he was cursing at me and yelling at me? You remember that?
I do remember him. One of them yelling and cursing.
No, that was Rick Glaser. We still on Rick Glaser.
Okay, all right.
You remember him calling me a mental midget? You remember that?
I'm sure he did.
Okay. Yeah. Do you remember when he tweeted? You got a lot of background in your joint. That's why I'm muting you. Do you remember when he tweeted and said that I'm nothing but a lifetime loser? I'm nothing but a lifelong loser. You remember him saying that, Terrence Best Videos?
I'm gonna mute myself again. No, I don't, to be honest.
Okay, great. No problem. Well, everything that I just said that he said, he did. Now, let me ask you this question. Have you ever seen or heard me insult Rick Glaser one time? It's just yes or no.
No, sir.
Thank you. All right, now, I appreciate your honesty. Now, let's go move on to Victor Conte. You said that I invited Victor Conte up here to demean Terence Crawford. No, I did not. Let me explain something to you that the audience may not know. Last year, around, I want to say this time last year, Victor Conte made a tweet. His tweet that he said was about Memo Heredia and the fact that Memo Heredia was in the camp of David Benavidez as he was preparing to fight Caleb Plant. Right after that tweet, I had Stephen Breadman Edmonds, who is from my city, Breadman, the trainer of J-Rock, Julius J-Rock Williams, who's from my city. And he also was training Caleb Plant for the David Benavidez fight. I interviewed him. In fact, he was the first interview of the year last year, around this time. And I asked him some specific questions about Victor Conte's tweet, and he gave me a comment. Right after that, I had a conversation with Rachel Donaire private conversation. And because of the tweet of Victor Conte using terms like LF1, LR3, which were undetectable steroids, and he said that smart cheaters are easy to beat the test and circumvent the testing. These are the words of Victor Conte. So Rachel and I had a conversation about that because I did a whole panel. YSN Sports Media was here on that panel as well. I can pull all this up. And we had a dialogue of that. In fact, right after that, Victor Conte made a statement on Twitter about Errol Spence and talking about Errol Spence need to look at his DM so that he can sponsor Errol Spence for 365 24/7 testing. This is what he's been saying before. So when I had a dialogue with Rachel Donier, I asked her if she knew anyone that knew Victor Conte. And she told me yes. I said it would be great if Victor Conte can come up here and I can interview him so that he can clarify his statements about undetectable steroids. So he can clarify his statements that he made about Errol Spence, because we are all under the impression that Errol Spence and Terence Crawford was going to be in the negotiations. This is way after Crawford fought David Evanesian. Okay, so what I'm saying is that's why Victor Conte was invited to come up here to provide educational information for the audience. It had nothing to do with demeaning Terence Crawford. I just wanted to make sure we was clear on that. Did I answer your question?
But as a matter of fact, the questioning did focus on degrading Terence Crawford, regardless of whether. I said, as a matter of fact, though, you know, your questions were asked in a way for you to try to degrade Terence Crawford. Is that yes or no?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I never mentioned. Hey, I only mentioned Terence Crawford's name 2 times in the interviews that I've done with Victor Conte, and guess what? 1 out of those 2 times were based on super chats. Matter of fact, it probably was 3 or 4 times because a couple of people super chatted about Terence Crawford. That had nothing to do with Terence Crawford's not the only fighter that's on SNAC, the SNAC program. I've been talking about the SNAC program for a long time.
Well, it seems every time I watch your video, Terence Crawford is the only one that's accused. In fact, D-Town was able to say,
accused of what? Well, accused of what?
Basically, you know what the insinuation
No, we ain't doing none of that. You came up here, talk plain to me. Accused of what? Say it. What you saying, bro? Let's talk.
You know what? You tell me what you saying. You tell me what you saying.
No, you gaslight to me. Oh, you know what? Say it. Say what you saying. Accused of what?
That he used something to gain an advantage.
His performance was enhanced, and even you know that.
Oh, see, and this is why I say your channel biased, Marty. When Victor Conte said he sent what's his name?
Errol Spence?
No. The one the fighter out of Philly, Boots. When he said, "Oh yeah, I sent Boots a package." What did D-Town say to you? Oh well, yeah, he sent them a package, but shit, that don't mean that he took anything. That don't mean he took anything. But I wonder if you give Bud Crawford that same.
I can't give Bud Crawford that. You want to know why?
Same. Why?
You want to know why? Do you want to know why?
I'm dying to know why.
All right, mute your phone. Let's talk now. You're the Terence Crawford fan. I'm surprised you asked me that of all people, because you should know that Terence Crawford himself said that he used certain things with the SNAC program other fighters don't use. Jerron Boots Ennis never said that. Those are the words of Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford was on Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan asked him, "Are you with those SNAC program or those SNAC people?" And Terence Crawford admitted it and said, yes, he was. Jerron Boots Ennis never said that he was on the SNAC program. In fact, if you go back into September, I had D-Town Boxing up here, and I asked D-Town Boxing to pull up SNAC.com to see all of the sponsored fighters that's listed on the website that work with SNAC as a sponsor and in the program. And long and behold, which I already knew, Jerron Boots in his name was nowhere near on the website as a sponsored fighter. Hope I answered your question.
No, you really haven't. I'm
I
asking
didn't
you.
answer your
Oh, no. I'm asking you. I'm asking you this pointed question. Forget about what you just said. I said, so if Bud Crawford, if that same thing came up and they said, well, Bud got these orders coming in the mail, you're going to allow, I would be able to come up there on your channel and say, oh, no, I don't know if he used it or not because it came in the mail. Isn't it? And you make the assumption that if
I
you
don't
order
know.
something that you're going to use it?
Here's the thing,
Wouldn't you?
Terrence, you're bringing up hypotheticals. If I'm telling you exactly what actually happened, bro.
Well, what did Terrence say he used on the show, bro? What did he say he used?
He
That
didn't
was
come up.
what he no. You said he said on the Joe Rogan. I didn't see this podcast with
No, he didn't
Joe
say that.
Rogan.
No,
Yeah,
he didn't say that on.
what exactly did he say he used?
No,
That's
he
what I
didn't.
would like to know.
He didn't say it on Joe Rogan. He confirmed that he was with the SNAC program.
No,
On
yeah, go ahead.
I got you. I'm with you. On someone else asked him, another reporter or something. They didn't show his face. He asked Terence Crawford, "Does the SNAC give any of the SNAC fighters any edges and stuff like that?" Terence Crawford said out of his own mouth, he said, "I use certain things with the SNAC program that other fighters don't use." That's what Terence Crawford said.
Okay, so what does that mean, Marty?
You're a fan of his. You tell me.
You're making the assumptions, Marty. What does that mean?
The
Okay,
man said he
and I
used
heard you,
certain.
and I heard you say, "Oh, his levels were low. His levels, they said his
I didn't
levels were
say
low."
that.
No,
No,
you did. You didn't say his levels were low.
Victor Conte
You
said that. I can
no,
pull
but
it
you
up.
repeated it. No, you repeated it, right? But so you said it, right? But you
Victor
were making. I'm saying you were making a point with that, right, Marty? I'm
Victor
saying you were
Conte
making.
said
I
Victor.
know, but I know he said that, Marty. I'm asking you. Did you repeat it to make a point? Yes or no?
It don't make a difference. Yes, I repeated it. Victor
Okay, can I?
Conte said it. How can you
Well, can I
skip the
go?
words, bro? How can you skip the words of the original
Well,
author
can I?
to hold me
Well,
accountable? He
okay.
said it.
Wait, I'm making a point here. So you were saying that his levels were off. So how do you know that whatever he was taking was just bringing his levels up to being normal?
It
If they
probably
were
was.
low,
It probably
if he
was.
were low and he brought his levels back to normal, then he would be normal. He wouldn't have an advantage. He was fighting at a disadvantage.
Let me ask you. I got you. Let me ask you. You best videos. You know, Terence Crawford was not fighting at a disadvantage fighting Errol Spence. Lord have mercy. What is the world coming? Let me ask you a
I,
question, sir. I'm gonna ask you a question. You believe I'm a boxing manager?
Listen, Marty, and the one day I was trying to get on your show and you just left me in the background. And I was going, and
Well,
my
we're
first
glad you
point,
here. We're glad
and,
you here
and
now.
my point, my first point was to to that to that claim is that it really doesn't matter
What
whether
doesn't
you're
matter?
whether you to me it doesn't matter if you're a boxing manager or not because when I listen to your show, you never use that as a reason for people to watch your show.
Okay, I
You
got you.
because a lot of people will say they're managers, they're professors,
Yeah, I
and
knew
they're
that.
not really professors or managers, unless they're using that and they're saying, "Okay, I'm using that as a bit to get more viewership." Then yes, then you should be held accountable. But I've never heard you say anything like that. So that's
Everybody,
that
hey,
that's that's
hey,
where I
Terrence, I got you. Terrence,
yeah.
when you read the description of my channel, I actually state that I am. But at this point, Terrence, even you must admit, everybody on YouTube and in the sport of boxing knows I'm really a manager. But the reason why I asked you that is because I want to ask you a second question. It's really not nothing to do with me being a manager. But what I'm trying to say is this: I am a manager, right? But would you hire me as your chef? I'm just asking you a question.
You don't have credentials as a chef? No, no, sir.
You said you wouldn't hire me as a chef. Why not?
You don't have any experience. I don't know, I don't have any background on you that you could do the job.
I knew you were smart, Terrence. That's why I had you on here, brother, because you're saying the same thing I'm saying. What I'm basically saying is, then why are you okay as a Terence Crawford fan, and why is Terence Crawford and other SNAC fighters okay with allowing a man in Victor Conte who's not medically qualified, who's not a part of any heart association, blood association, or no other fraternity in this country that allows him to have the authority to dissect and interpret anyone's blood test results and give them special recommendations. If you wouldn't hire a manager to be your chef, why would you be okay and the other SNAC fighters be okay with having a man who does not have any medical experience, no qualifications, no formal education, no degree or anything to interpret their blood, extract their blood, and give them special medical recommendations? Why would you be okay with that?
Well, just a person, despite the chef not having experience, could just say, "Hey, bro, hey, I'm gonna hire you anyway." It's personal preference, and you can't make assumptions like you're
No,
doing.
you said you
Because
wouldn't
that's what
do
you.
it.
I wouldn't do it, but that's their
Why
personal
wouldn't you do
preference.
it? Because it's
I t-
logical. That's why
no,
you
no, no,
wouldn't
no.
do it.
But what I'm saying, Marty, you can't make assumptions because the person would hire that chef. You can't make no assumptions because they would hire that chef or they
All
would
right,
deal
you're
with
right.
it.
No
That's all
assumptions.
I'm saying.
Oh, okay, I got you. No assumptions, Terrence. Is Victor Conte medically qualified to interpret blood and give medical special recommendations? Just yes or no?
I'm gonna say that you've done your research. I don't know, but I'm gonna
It's
say I'm
just
gonna
yes
agree with
or
you,
no. That's all I'm asking you, bro.
Marty. You're asking me a question I haven't researched, but since I'm assuming you
Say no
have,
more,
I'm gonna
bro.
say no. Yeah, I'm gonna say no. He's not.
Okay then. And you cool with that, right?
I'm cool with it, brother. I'm cool with it.
No problem. And now I'm going to tell you why you cool with it. You cool with it because Terence Crawford beat Errol Spence. If Terence Crawford wouldn't have beat Errol Spence, and if Errol Spence was on a SNAC program and the shoes were on the other foot and the roles were reversed, you'd be up here talking about the same thing Errol Spence fans talk about, bruh.
But Marty, that's not true. In fact, when you should know that when when this whole thing came out, when Bud was about to fight Errol, I wanted them to make sure that they did the VADA testing. I was,
Who
in
cares
fact,
about who cares
that's
about
that,
VADA testing? We're not
that's
talking
what
about
basic.
VADA testing.
Well, isn't that what we want to do? Make sure to fight fair, bro. Why?
Oh,
Why is
yes,
that?
we really do. Yes,
Yeah.
we
So
do want to
I
do
mean,
that.
point. Yeah.
Yes, we want to make sure that we have a clean boxing. What I'm basically saying to you is you're only okay with it because Errol Spence lost to Terence Crawford. And I can prove it by this part, Terence. When I asked you, you were here. I asked a lot of Terence Crawford fans the question of this. What keys to victories would you give to Terence Crawford for beating Errol Spence? And I did not hear you say, Terence, I did not hear you and no other Crawford fans say, well, I'm going to include the fact that he's on the SNAC program that's going to enhance his performance and help him win. You didn't include it in your keys to victories.
Come on now. Why would I? You're making an assumption again, Marty.
I
Don't you
heard you
realize
was
that?
here. That's not an
I'm
assumption. I
saying
asked you.
no. I didn't say, but I'm saying you're saying that he had some advantage because of the snap
Okay,
program. And
look
again,
at your
you're
screen. Look
making
at
an assumption.
all right, this is not an assumption. This is formal advertisement. Look at your screen. It's not an assumption. It's on your screen. Look at it. It tells you that the products that improve your level of fitness help you lose fat, build muscle, and enhance performance. Didn't the program help Terence Crawford do these things? Yes or no?
Again, it might have brought him up to
I didn't ask you
as you
that.
said.
On your screen,
I,
can you be
I
direct with us
read.
real quick?
You can advertisement can say anything, Mark. So every advertisement I read is accurate and right.
No.
Is that what we saying?
No, this
Martin.
I'm only asking about this advertisement
Well, I'm
specifically.
asking you, how do you know it's accurate?
Bruh,
How
the
do you know it's
results.
accurate?
We see the results from the SNAC fighters, brother. We
What
see the
results?
results.
Because Bud beat Spence, you see the results? What are you saying?
No. Hold on.
I'm
Let me show my
confused.
face. No. Let me show
Yeah.
my face. Let me show my face. Because he knocked out David Ebenezer with one punch out cold, something he's never done in the welterweight division, and you know it. He dropped Sean Porter twice, something that's never been done before in the history of Sean Porter's career, and he ran right through Errol Spence, dropping him 3 times, hurting him, and he ran through him like RoboCop. In fact, in my opinion, he was bigger than Errol Spence.
Wait. Hold on, Marty. We got to go back a little bit here. Now I know you're not saying these other fighters before Porter, because he didn't join that until Porter, to
I
after
know.
during the Porter
That's why I
fight.
started
So
at
he
Porter.
got so he not no, you said he knocked out David Ebenezer. That
He
was before
did.
Porter. That was before Porter.
No, it was not. You a Crawford fan and you don't know that?
Oh yeah, he knocked him out after.
That was after him. You see what I'm saying?
But he knocked everybody out though. What do you
I
mean
know.
though?
I want to question you about, you said something about clean sport and testing, right? You talking about VADA
Right,
testing, right?
right.
Okay. When the last time Terence Crawford was tested on VADA?
I don't know,
You're a fan of his. You defending him. You should know this.
bro. I don't know. How did you?
I'm sorry, y'all. You see, I got to treat him like I did the guy Marcus a couple weeks ago. When you come up here to challenge me, you got to have your facts and your evidence. So if you don't have that, you don't have a leg to stand on. My goodness. We got to see Deem is here. What's going on, Deem? Oh, I got a salute, double salute to my guy Deem. He gave me a cash app the other day. Thank you for your cash app, Deem. And you know that's coming right back to you, brother, because I support your channel. See, we can't waste time. And I got to say this why Detail Boxing is here. There's times that when I'm doing a show, I don't mention Terence Crawford. I don't mention SNAC. Y'all be here, but what be happening? People come right up here on the panel and start talking about SNAC when I don't be talking about it. So now all of a sudden that, when I'm talking about it now, it's something different. All I'm saying is when I be talking about other people, and then Terence Crawford fans come up here and they bring up Terence Crawford. Or they'll come up here talking about SNAC. And I'll be like, yo, we weren't even talking about that in this segment. You see what I'm saying? So we got to stop. All I'm saying is this for the new audience. When Victor Conte is making statements and insults about me that's outside of the realm of boxing, is unacceptable. He's an older white man coming down on a young black man. If Victor Conte was insulting me as a police officer, most of you black people on here will have a problem with it. Let's keep it all the way 100. I'm going to use the analogy again. If I was driving my car and Victor Conte was a police officer in full uniform and he pulled me over and walked up to the driver's side door of my vehicle, and he didn't ask me for my license, registration, and insurance, and he said to me that I'm a homeless man begging for change, that I got a hat next to me in the street, I'm a little toad in a small pond, I'm nothing but a liar. If he said these things to me that had nothing to do with the traffic stop, and there were other black people out there recording on their phones, you know that video would have went viral on YouTube and social media. Come on, y'all. Stop with the being biased because your favorite fighter is working with this guy. He's working with them. Stop. Come on. Keep it on boxing. Everything that I said about Victor Conte was related to boxing in his own words. Everything I said to the other white man that disrespected and insulted me live before all of y'all, Rick Glaser, I kept it on boxing, and it was to the subject matter at hand. I never insulted none of these guys. That's all I'm saying is it's unacceptable. So if you're not going to come with receipts, and if you're not going to come keeping it on the subject matter, then Victor Conte don't need to be talking in my comment section insulting me. He's making me feel threatened as a black man. Since when is that cool to be insulted by older white people and people be cool with it? Since when? Because we on YouTube? Stop it, y'all. Let's be honest with one another. That's all I'm saying. It's unacceptable. And it's starting to be distasteful now. Keep it on boxing. Keep it on the subject matter. Don't be giving no undertones and overtones. And you black people in here that call yourself activists, if Rick Glaser and Victor Conte said half the things that they said to me, to your face, you would be avid about speaking up for yourself and defending your honor. So don't sit up here and act like I'm just making this up. It's causing distress around here. You know what I mean? You can't talk to a black man like that in this economy, in this climate of the country. Come on now. We got to keep it all the way on it. Hey, Larry, put it in the super chat. I'll address it. You said something about that man's company. Put it in the super chat. I'll address it. Yeah. Victor ain't got me. Hey, Larry, stop. I ain't even gonna comment. Put it in the super chat, though. I'll comment on it, though. You put it in the super chat, I'll comment on it. Like I said, I proved time and time again. Terence Crawford fans, they are just excited. They're just excited because Terence Crawford beat Errol Spence. Notice how a lot of Terence Crawford fans in the beginning, let's keep it real, from July the 29th to about maybe November, it was hard to hear a Terence Crawford fan admit on this channel that his performance was enhanced. Because see, when I was saying it, you know what they said? Marty, you a hater. I said, no, his performance was enhanced. Marty, you a hater. Terence Crawford fans to this day, some of them are scared to use the two words performance enhancement. They scared to use it. I just try to break it down in Terrence's best videos, and you've seen how scared he was to use it. Why y'all keep being scared? Say it. His performance was enhanced in the last 3 of his fights since he's been on the SNAC program. What's the problem? We got to be honest. But once again, all because Terence Crawford beat Errol Spence, they don't care. The new term now that I'm being told is so what? That's my line for 2024. Now they're using it against me to say so what? No. Y'all didn't have a problem with him being with Victor Conte in the first place. And y'all still don't now, which is fine. I just want a Crawford fan to tell me, is he medically qualified to interpret blood? That's what I want to know. Is he medically qualified to provide medical special recommendations? Because if the answer is no, that's not an opinion, that's a fact. I didn't want to take too long on this topic, but we're here now. Didn't want to take too long on the topic. I didn't even want to. Shaheed, what's up, Shaheed?
Peace, family. How you doing?
Peace, brother. I'm doing great. How about yourself, sir?
I'm maintaining the power between the earth and the sky, so I'm balanced watching you cook these dudes all up in their feelings. I noticed since you started your channel, bro, you would have had the world in the frenzy and the uproar to the factor. You got dudes coming up in here in masks, dudes coming up here half-baked brain, trying to come up here, you know what I mean, unprepared, try to sit up here and try to challenge you. And then they want to get mad at you and how to ask you questions when you're the one sitting there saying you came up here on the show, you're supposed to present your evidence and come prepared. And then when they get unprepared and they're unprepared, they get mad at you for the sake of them being unprepared. Make it make sense. They go back to what you said, so what, man?
Well, like I said before, Shaheed, and if Victor Conte was a police officer in uniform pulling me over in my vehicle, and he said the things that he said about me, and I'm talking about insults, not clickbait and all that, because that's YouTube banter. I'm talking about the other insults that he's made personally against me. everybody and their mom would say that's racist if they were standing there witnessing and they were black.
Correct.
Right. So then
Correct.
why are we accepting him standing in the comment section publicly against my name and defaming me? And then people don't want to hold him accountable. You know what I mean?
It's because it's you. That's why. And they don't want to be cooked, and they don't want to be proven wrong. You haven't. Every person that has came up there, you have either cooked that individual or disproven them, or they come on the show unprepared, so unprepared to where you got to click them off because you're not making sense. Like the last dude that just came up here, he was so unprepared he couldn't even tell you the last time he had a bot attack, which you and I both know was 2020, which is said on the site. As a Terence Crawford fan, he's supposed to come up on your show and already know that if he's trying to come up here and challenge you, correct?
That is correct. Yes.
You're cooking these dudes, bro, and that's what's wrong. That's the problem. It's because it's you. They're coming up on your show and they're getting cooked as a Terence Crawford fan, and when you disprove them and they get upset every time you talk about that man's performance being enhanced, which we all know, and they even as Terence Crawford fans even know his performance is enhanced because he's done things he's never done before in the welterweight division.
All I keep saying is that the SNAC program works, and even the owner of SNAC, Victor Conte himself, to Larry's point, Larry said that I was discrediting his company, which I was actually promoting his company, if you really sit back and think about it. But the thing about it is that when I told Victor to his face that the SNAC program works, he told me directly that SNAC was not the reason that Terence Crawford beat Errol Spence. It was because that, you know, Terence Crawford was a great fighter. That's why he beat Errol Spence. That's what the owner of the SNAC said right here. He said that. So, okay.
He did say that, and he also said it's scientifically proven that the SNAC program works as well. He said it's scientific fact. Did he or did he not say that?
He said it. He said science proves it, that his products work. That's what he said.
So he can say it, but you can't?
Yeah, he can say it, but I can't.
It's a double standard. He can say that, but you can't? You said it's not pro.
Your signal fading, Shaheed. Shaheed's signal was fading. We'll wait till he come back on. Double salute to my guy, member of the channel, supervisor of the Roll the Tape film crew. Sin Ironheart is here. Double salute to my guy, Toon. Thank you, Toon, for your contribution and your support to the channel. Toon says, can you explain the difference between performance enhancement drugs and an enhanced performance? Honestly confused. It is very simple. Performance enhancement drugs are illegal substances that are on the banned substance list by all anti-doping agencies in the country of America, in the UK, and all around the world. That's what a performance enhancement drug is. Okay? Any illegal substance that is on the banned substance list that prohibits athletes from utilizing what's on the banned substance list is because it is a performance enhancement drug. It's an illegal substance that will enhance your performance and alter your function of your body and the reaction of your performances. That's what a performance enhancement drug is. An enhanced performance is a performance that is improved. Otherwise, we haven't seen it before. In other words, let's use Terence Crawford because everybody keep using him as an example. We're going to continue to use him now in this reference. You've never seen, I'm talking about a boxing fan, whether you're a Spence fan, Crawford fan, or whoever, you have not seen, nobody can tell me yet. If it has happened, I encourage someone in the comment section below, if you're watching the replay of this live, or someone in the chat to tell me, did Terence Crawford ever knock anyone out cold, unconscious, with one punch in the welterweight division? If he did not, apparently his performance was improved. It was enhanced in that fight. It's very simple. That's all. It's just very simple. So that's my definition of it. It's very simple. All right. Now, we've seen all the SNAC fighters have their performance enhanced. We've seen it. If you name a SNAC fighter that have never had their performance enhanced. Nobody can name one. Name one. One person on SNAC who never had their performance enhanced. Because guess what? If they never had their performance enhanced, they wouldn't be there. Why would they be there? If the program is not working, why would they be there? I'm just asking a question. Why would they be there? If it's not enhancing the right performance, then that means that Victor Conte's whole marketing strategy is flawed. But apparently, not only is his marketing strategy working, but so is the SNAC program. It works. I mean, I didn't want to spend all this time on this, but it works. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. If it didn't work, then nobody will be on it. If it did not produce results, why would Terence Crawford call him in the first place? If it didn't produce results, why would Sean Porter go over there? If it didn't produce results, why would Sean Porter invite Devin Haney to the SNAC program? We can go on and on with this. It works. And we've seen the results of this program working. I mean, hey. Terence Crawford did not knock out everybody at 147. Can y'all please stop with that? I see the guy in the chat. I don't want to. Come on, Jay. Let's stop saying I'm capping, bro. Terence Crawford did not knock out everybody at 147. He didn't. There's only one fighter that he actually knocked out, and that was David Evanesian while he was on the SNAC program. That's a fact. Okay? That's just very simple. You got to know the difference between a TKO and a KO. That's all I'm saying. It's no disrespect to no fighters, but we got to keep it 100. Mikey Garcia's performance was enhanced. Porter performance was enhanced. Caleb Plant performance was enhanced. Andre performance was enhanced. Terence Crawford performance was enhanced. All these guys. And I can name each fight or fights with an S on the end where their performance was enhanced when they was with the SNAC program. And so can you all. Once again, the SNAC program works. So it's nothing to get mad at me about. Y'all only saying that because your favorite fighter is over there. But my thing is, why say something now? You didn't have a problem with them being over there then, and you still don't have a problem with it now. That's all I was saying. Put it in the super chat, though. I'll answer the question. Yeah, put it in the super chat. I'll answer it. Now, let's get on because I spend a lot of time. I just wanted to make sure everybody that's watching, because I see the viewership is increasing exponentially. I'm not accepting the racial undertones. I'm not accepting anything that's unacceptable when it comes to a white older man disrespecting me and insulting me. You're not going to keep it on boxing, or if you're not going to reply based on the information I presented in the video, then don't comment at all. That's it. There ain't a whole lot of rap to that. I've been managing him, Jared. I've been managing him. He did everything I asked him to do. And I haven't heard Terence Crawford fan come back up here yet and say, man, Jamarty, you were right. But here it is. Terence Crawford fans keep trying to come up here and tell me I'm wrong. These are the same people that was expecting me to apologize after he beat Errol Spence. Where they do that at? Apologize for what? Because I said that Errol Spence was going to win their fight? Since when do we apologize when football teams lose when we choose them to win? Baseball teams lose, we choose them to win. We got to apologize now? Yeah. Keep waiting for it. Now, let's get on to more impressive business. I haven't heard. Hold on for a minute. Somebody's asking for a gift. I'll give it to him real quick. No problem. Real quick, I haven't heard. Anyone from PBC confirm that Frank Martin was fighting Tank Davis. So I don't know if that's true or not. Yeah, and I don't want to hear that it was from a trainer. Trainers are not experts in business negotiations. So they're making their assumptions as well. So we want the experts to speak on who's fighting and when they're fighting. If the fighters themselves don't make a public announcement, or if a publicist and or a representative of the actual promotion company or the manager of the fighter don't make a public statement about who's fighting and when they're fighting, I don't believe it. That's just me, and I've always been like that since I've been here. You know what I mean? Quinte, you in the background. Can you show your face? Turn your camera on for me. I'll let you on. I'll let you on the stream real quick. Quinte in the background. I'll let you on for a minute. Show your camera or whatever. You gotta turn your camera on. Okay, I got you. What's going on, Quinte?
Yo, what's up, Marty, man? Hey, listen, there's another YouTube. Well, I don't know if you want me to mention somebody else's YouTube.
You can say whatever you want on this channel,
I
brother.
can say that. Okay, so listen, I was speaking to it's this YouTube channel. His name is H Money, and we was talking about the Bud Crawford and what's up, the Boots Ennis situation 2 years ago with the WBO, and how Boots, well, that phone call to Bozy, and was it BOK Prime? It was Blue Blood who was representing. That didn't happen until like after the David Evanesian fight, but they
Yes.
tried to make it seem like it was before the David Evanesian fight, like his people got in touch. Which Blue Blood isn't a representative of Terence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Like that fight didn't have any chance of materializing. But I was telling the guy that I'm telling you about, H Money, who has a YouTube channel, about how you broke that down on how that transpired. Like there wasn't no real contract or no real fight that was gonna materialize from that situation. And he was like, he was talking about you. He was. I mean, he didn't say nothing bad about you, but he was saying like he saw little clips of you breaking that down, and he wanted you to come. Like he was telling me like, hey, get out of man. I want him to come through one day and like explain to everybody on my channel or whatever because of how you broke it down. You know what I'm saying? And how that fight never had any shot at materializing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing about it is, I don't know too much about his podcast or his channel, but my email address is on my channel. If you can send him my email address, he can email me, and him and I can correspond. But to your point, for me to come over to his channel, but or he can come here. Either way, it don't make no difference. See, my thing is this, Quinte. I'm on YouTube to educate the people. You know what I mean? So it don't matter who platform I'm on. I've been on other people's platform. I'm going to educate the people. But to your point, you're absolutely correct. I did break it down, and I did prove to the people. Anybody want to cross-reference what I'm saying, it's on my channel. They can go on my videos and see that I put all the evidence out there that Blue Blood Sports TV claimed that he made the call to Bozy. That was true that he did make the call to Bozy, but at the same time, that was after Terence Crawford fought David Evanesian, not beforehand. And not only that, but when the call was made, he never told Bozy that the intentions of BLK Prime promoters was to try to lure Boots out of their contract with Showtime and go over to BLK Prime. He never mentioned that. But Bozy having integrity, because he's a man of honor and integrity, he spotted out what was happening, and he actually directed BLK Prime representation to go over to Steven Espinosa and have a conversation with him, since they were in a relationship meaning a business relationship, Boots, with Steven Espinosa. And what happened? Steven Espinosa did have a conversation with the representatives of BLK Prime. I don't know if Boots, I don't know if Blue Blood was in that conversation or not, but I do know that Steven Espinosa came out and confirmed that he actually told them, y'all don't even have a horse in the race. Y'all don't even have Terence Crawford under contract. So how can y'all sit up here and try to represent him to fight Boots when y'all don't even have him under any obligation? Y'all just represent him just to get a bag, and y'all want the fight between Crawford and Boots on your platform. And how would that happen if Boots is signed to Showtime? You see what I'm saying?
Thank you. I keep trying to stress that to these Crawford fans. Like, that fight never had a chance at materializing. Never. No. And Fanon even said that he broke that down. Like, Crawford never wanted to fight Boots. He was never gonna fight Boots. You know who Taco is, right?
No, never heard of the guy.
He be on different YouTube channels. He be I think he came through here one time.
Oh, what's his name?
Taco.
I heard that name. I thought you said Honcho. I thought you said Honcho. You said Taco.
I just got through debating him about that situation, and he said that Boots could have petitioned for the WBO. Boots couldn't have petitioned anything because the Errol and Crawford, they were in talks of unifying.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And what I was trying to stress to him is unification is rule mandatory. So he couldn't have got that fight with Crawford anyway. He wasn't first in the WBO. He was second in the WBO. Victor Ortiz was first in the WBO. And on top of that, he wasn't Crawford's mandatory. He was Spence's mandatory because he what was it? Boots beat Karan. Boots beat Karan for the interim title.
Yes.
And he ended up being first in the IBF. And it was more money in that. It was more money involved in that. And he would have fought for more belts had Spence took that fight. That's why he went that route more, because he was higher.
Yeah, I think a guy named Taco did come here. I thought you said Honcho. A guy named Taco.
Yes.
I remember seeing that name before here.
I was just stressing to him how that like I broke it down just as I'm telling you right now. Unifications rule over mandatories, and on top of that, Boots wasn't first in the WBO. He wasn't.
That's correct.
That fight never had a chance at materializing.
Never had a chance. You're absolutely correct. And I also want to point in another fact. So when you do go over and talk to the people, let them know that Terence Crawford's own words. See, this is how you get them. This is how I got Blue Blood and the rest of them lying. This is how you get them. You just take the words of Terence Crawford himself, not mine. Terence Crawford said on MMA Hour, and I will pull up the interview, he said that he called Errol Spence in January, the same month he took a picture over there at De La Hoya's Golden Boy promotion offices over there in California. He said he called Errol Spence. This is literally a month after the David Ebenesian fight that happened in December of 2022. He said he called Errol Spence and was like, yo, let's get this fight going on and this and that. That was in January. So if that happened in January, how was Blue Blood and everybody calling for Crawford to fight Boots on BLK Prime when Crawford called Errol Spence to fight him in January? Make sense.
That don't even make sense. But it's a lot of feeble-minded individuals, people that are short-sighted. They don't know. They can't catch people in a lie. You can lie to these people, for real. Or I just think they just playing dumb on purpose. I'm gonna give them the benefit of that. I don't think they're that dumb or anything like that. I just think they just ride for their boy Crawford no matter what. You know what I'm saying? They just being ignorant to facts or whatever. But dude has contradicted himself several times already.
Which one?
You
said dude contradicted himself?
Nah, I was talking about when I said dude, I was referring to Bud. Like Bud Crawford. Crawford has always contradicted himself a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? And then if it's not him contradicting himself, somebody in his camp will contradict him. You know what I'm saying? He'll say one thing and somebody in his camp will say another. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that fight. Crawford never wanted that fight. He never wanted that fight.
No,
He never wanted
not.
that.
I mean, I can't blame him. Like I said, if I was managing him, I wouldn't.
Fight Boots.
Nah, we would vacate the titles and move up to fight Spence at 154.
Yeah, it's a super dangerous fight. And then you talk about the risk versus the reward thing argument. You know, the reward is very little for guys like very risky like that. Like there's a chance he could lose to Boots. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a young spring chicken that's Boots, man. The stuff he can do in the ring, dude's special. You know what I'm saying? He mess around, offset one of these veterans. You know what I'm saying? They not rising to the challenge. They're not rising to it. Like what's his name? What was it? Victor Ortiz. He didn't want that smoke.
Virgil
Staniotis
Ortiz.
don't want that smoke right now.
Mm-hmm.
He been off for 2 years. So I mean,
Yeah,
why
they
would
know
you
who
jump
he
into
is.
fight?
Everybody know who Boots is. They know what it is.
Yeah, like they, and then Tim Bradley. You know, Tim Bradley was I heard what he said recently. He said that Boots was a C-level fighter. I wonder what he meant. Was he talking about skills or was he talking about like name?
Huh?
I don't know what he was thinking when he said C-level. I don't think anything
Who?
is C-level about Boots. Tim Bradley.
Tim Bradley?
Yeah, he said Boots was a C-level fighter. What did he mean by C-level?
Well, Tim Bradley is a friend of Terence Crawford, and it's unfortunate that he won't be honest because Tim Bradley knows that Boots is not a C-level fighter. Because if he says Boots is a C-level fighter, then what was Jeff Horn? Then what was David Ebenezer?
And David Ebenezer.
Then what was Amir Khan when Crawford fought him? What was Kell Brook at the time that Crawford fought him? I mean, if he's going to say Boots is a C-level fighter, then what were those guys?
Yeah, what were those guys?
Tim Bradley know he's not keeping it 100, but
He's
you
not.
know,
He just ever since Crawford whooped his ass some years ago in sparring or whatever. He's been Crawford's spit bucket boy. You know what I'm saying? He gonna ride with him and say outlandish shit. And on top of that, he's biased towards people. He's biased against people that are either with the PBC, directly with the PBC, or adjacent with the
yeah,
PBC.
they all are.
Top rank.
They
You know what
all
I'm
are. All
Yeah.
of them are. Yep, they all
He
are.
not gonna keep it real. You know what I'm saying? He gonna say some outlandish things. But that's all I wanted to get on here and talk to you about or what have you. Because I told my boy that I would come over here and join. Like as soon as you go live, I would get on here and talk. Because you was the one that broke it down the best. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was telling him about that, and he was like, "I heard." You know what I'm saying? Because I saw some of his clips and whatever, how he broke it down, whatever. And I didn't know some of these things, and I was like, "Yeah." Like he broke it down and he close to the situation. You know, he close to the Bozy and them. Like you know them. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
Y'all in the same city and whatever. So y'all know and you know the business of boxing because you've been in, like you've been there, you've done it, you've been a manager before.
That's right.
You done managed fighters before. So
Absolutely.
you know how the contracts and all that stuff work, how the business work and whatever.
That's correct.
So that's what I was telling him.
Yep, I do. I appreciate that, man, and I'm glad that you were able to learn a few things. And H Money's, he was able to see a few of my pieces of content, and he was able to learn a few things that he didn't know. That's why I'm here. I like when people learning stuff, man.
Bro, I'm always learning stuff when I come over here. Like I'll be learning the Victor Conte thing and what's going on with him. You know what I'm saying? And I know that you've been following him for a while. You've been following Victor Conte for a while. Or whatever. That's how you know all this stuff. It ain't just out of nowhere. You've been following him then. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
well,
I appreciate that.
No doubt, man. Double salute to you, Quinte, for coming through. And like I said, you can send my the information, my email address, martythemanager@gmail.com to H Monies, and he can email me, and we can make something happen. I come on this channel, my brother.
Okay, it's in your. Is it in your? Does YouTube channels got like biographies or something like that?
Yes, sir. It's inside of there. As soon as you click on the channel, it's right underneath my picture, profile picture.
Okay, I'm gonna let them know about you.
Say no more, brother. You got
it. All right, thanks, man.
Anytime, bro. Thanks for coming through. All right, man. I gotta read these super chats real quick and let my boy Deem on real quick. Double salute. Big C Senior, thank you for your contribution and your support to the channel, Big C. Big C says, so now do you see Berlanga or Munguia getting an opportunity at Canelo on DAZN? Well, I'm hearing that. Once again, I haven't heard anyone that represents DAZN, anyone that represents Canelo or Canelo himself confirm that that's what he's going to do. I haven't heard it. Now, it might be out there. Hopefully somebody give me the information, but as of today, I haven't heard it, so I don't know if it's confirmed or not. But I will say this, and I am going to be the one to make this statement, and I said this statement before, but I want to say it now. I believe that if that is true, and this is just my opinion, this is not a fact, that Canelo is leaving to go to DAZN to fight Munguia and or Berlanga or anyone else. I believe that it's because he does not want to fight David Benavidez. Because we already know that David Benavidez, when he beat Caleb Plant first, and then he just beat Andre, the next fight for him was Canelo Alvarez, and he called him out. We know that that's the next fight. However, what I believe, and this is just my opinion, I believe the reason why Canelo don't want to fight Benavidez is not because he thinks he can't beat Benavidez. I think the reason why Canelo Alvarez do not want to fight David Benavidez is because Canelo Alvarez is from Mexico. He's from Mexico, and so is the nutritionist that works with David Benavidez. And I am talking about Angel Memo Heredia. And I'll be the first one on YouTube to say that I believe that Canelo Alvarez is suspicious of David Benavidez as he's working with a fellow Mexican in Memo Heredia. Now, the reason why I say that, and I bring up Mexico, because if you don't know, it has been confirmed that all you have to do in Mexico is walk, and I've seen someone do this on a document. In fact, I've seen Memo Heredia do this in a documentary some years ago. Memo Heredia did this himself. He walked into, they had cameras on him and everything. He walked into a pharmacy in his hometown in Mexico, and he purchased EPO and HGH right over the counter. I seen him do it with my own eyes. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is that if you can go to a pharmacy in Mexico and purchase performance enhancement drugs, which are obviously illegal in the country here of the United States of America, then guess what? Canelo might be saying, I'm good. Because the suspicion is still following Memo Heredia just as it's following Victor Conte. You know what I mean? So I believe that's the reason why Canelo won't fight David Benavidez. That's just my opinion. However, I also believe that if Canelo is not going to fight under the PBC banner, because he is a free agent now, it's because obviously he knows that fighting David Benavidez is the next fight, and I'm almost certain that Benavidez promoter Samson Lukowicz, I'm almost certain that, you know, he brought this up. Remember, he was at the convention talking about this. You know what I mean? He was at the convention talking about, you know what I mean, getting a fight together between Benavidez and Canelo or Benavidez and Morrell. You know what I mean? So that's all I'm saying. I didn't miss your super chat, Big Tune. I got you. I wanted to finish answering Big C Senior's question or his comment rather. All right. Got Big Tune again. Double salute to my guy, Big Tune. Thank you for your contribution and your support all over again. Thank you so much, Tune. Tune says, so if a performance enhancer and PEDs both enhances your performance, what makes one illegal and one not? So when Big Baby was juiced up, he ain't tired, even being 300 pounds. Don't SNAC do the same thing? Well, the difference is what's on a banned substance list. That's the determining, you know, factor. that separates the two, whether it be a performance enhancer, let's say like pre-workout supplements or creatine or whatever, and performance enhancement drugs that's on the banned substance list. That's what make it illegal. You know, that's what make it different. I always said that the SNAC program works. Probably rarely ever heard me say that the SNAC product works. You see my point? That's going to hit some of y'all later on when you get ready for work tomorrow, okay? We got Deem here. Deem, can you hear me, brother?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear. Philly in the building.
You better believe it. What's going on, Deem? I know you just came in on the show. You heard me say a few things. What's up, man? What's your take on some of the things I said already?
Well, Manager Marty, I ain't been up in a while, but I've been handling things, and plus you got to oversee the landscapes yourself when you're a content creator. Just sometimes it's good to just sit back and watch and let people cook and do what it is that they do. I wanted to say this to you, Manager Marty. You remember one of the first times I ever came up after we had the Terence Crawford disagreement, I'll say, right? And remember when everybody was sitting up there talking about, oh, is Victor Conte? Remember this before you knew Victor Conte was the actual Victor Conte in the comments and all that. Remember that was way back when. We just thought that was a troll or whatever.
That's correct. Yes.
And I told you, Manager Marty, before they even got on the program, before even Rick Glazier, I said, Manager Marty, they hear you. They coming, because you was like, I would love for them to come on the program and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, Manager Marty, they coming. So I wanted to give you your kudos, sir, because I could tell you what they really don't like about you. Let's talk real, Manager Marty. I've been wanting to tell you this. They don't like that you're a black man that carries himself with grace. They don't like that you're a black man that does his research before you just spit things out at the public. Kind of like what you just said, that the SNAC program works. I never said that the SNAC product works. Yeah. They don't like when we are educated black men that know how to speak well, present well. You keep yourself kept up. They know that you're a serious guy. They know that you mean business. They know that you actually are a manager, because I'm pretty sure people like Victor Conte and Rick Glazier, they also do their homework. Wouldn't you agree?
I totally agree.
You know, and I just think that's really the main reason. And then that the fact that a black man from Philadelphia is exposing all of these things before you got people talked about it on YouTube. Nobody has attacked the subject the way that you have. And for people to come out here and act like people have, like I said, Manager Marty, you don't have the biggest YouTube channel. You sure as hell got the loudest. For everybody in the background to catch that. You may not have the biggest YouTube boxing channel, but you sure as hell got the loudest. Because I haven't seen another channel that has gained esteem as far, put it like this, Manager Marty, the subjects you talk about, every single boxing channel had no choice but to start talking about after you put that out. And that just speaks volume in itself. You probably don't see me all the time on other panels and stuff, Manager Marty, but it's people in the comments. Anybody in the comments can stop me when I'm lying. I was one of the first people to go out here and predict Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia before Regis, before Eddie Hearn said anything. And the reason why I knew this is because you got to watch people movements. You got to watch the things they do and how they conduct business, and you could kind of predict future moves. And I'm segueing on that to say to you, Manager Marty, from this Canelo David Benavidez thing. Now, I agree with everything you said about why you think he's leaving. The only part I disagree with, I actually think he is scared in that ring to fight that man, because David Benavidez is the one guy that possesses everything that he needs to beat a Canelo. And this one factor, I don't know if people really, they say they watch boxing, Manager Marty, but sometimes I be wondering, I don't know how much, because you could talk about David Benavidez's skill set, but the best thing that he does, Manager Marty, is his strength and conditioning. He gets better as the fight goes on. Maybe to what you was alluding to, whether it is what it is, but he gets stronger as the fight goes on. Canelo seems to tire out sometimes as the fight goes on. And we all know David Benavidez is not a fighter that you should probably do that with. You'll be in a lot of danger because he has the reach advantage. He has the height advantage. We know he got the weight advantage. Canelo may have certain nuances that he has to his game that David doesn't, but not enough where we're sure that he'll be able to do something with David Benavidez. So I believe that that's part of the reason that he's also, if he is leaving, like you said, I haven't heard nobody say this. Nobody really credible enough that I believe that he's doing that, but we'll see. We'll see when things come out. But also, I want to kill this narrative, and I feel as though I have to do this for my city, for boxing. I think we get stuck in time from when we first make an argument. So when people say Jerron Boots Ennis don't bring this to the table, low risk, high reward. All I know is that was months ago. Time has went on. Channels have been talking about this. So the way people looked at this fight 5-6 months ago is not the way people are looking at this fight today. And none of his other opponents was mentioned on the Breakfast Club besides Errol Spence. So this notion that these other fights will be bigger than Jerron Ennis, I vehemently disagree. I don't think, besides a Canelo Alvarez, which we know he probably won't get that fight unless it's Canelo's decision, there is no fight he has out there besides a rematch with Errol that's bigger than Jerron Ennis. There is none. I got a good memory, Manager Marty. I remember how everybody was talking about Jermell Charlo after that Canelo fight. And then the things that transpired with Jermell Charlo after the Canelo fight with his legal issues. Jermell Charlo can't sell something right now. Who he gonna fight? Tim Tszú's fighting Keith Thurman, even if it was Tim Tszú. That's not a bigger fight for the boxing community and the casuals. If the Breakfast Club know who Jerron Ennis, can we stop pushing this narrative that people don't know who Jerron Ennis is and not willing to see him fighting all this, that, and the third? I disagree with that wholeheartedly. And I think it's a disservice to Jerron Ennis. If Tim Bradley got to go out of his way to try to demean that man, that means he knows exactly who it is. You can't even talk about boxing and who are the top guys in boxing, who are the top most talented guys in boxing without if you go past 5 fighters, you can't not mention Jerron Boots in his name. So if you're going to make an argument that Bud shouldn't fight Jerron Ennis, I need y'all to stop making that one. Because I need you to tell me what's the bigger fight. Because everybody keep putting words in Terence Crawford's mouth. I never heard Terence Crawford say he's about to retire anytime soon. He said he's thinking of it. It could happen, but we can't take everything that Terence Crawford says wholeheartedly until it's actually wholehearted. Because he told me he wasn't fighting Jermell Charlo. So that's all I wanted to cook on, Manager Marty, man, and speak my piece on. But this narrative that Jerron Boots Ennis is not known and that this fight won't sell due in big numbers and this fight won't sell and it's such a low reward is the problem that I have. We know it's high risk. The same reasons everybody else in boxing knows it's high risk. But the low reward part, I'm not too sure about that one. But I appreciate your time, my time up here, Manager Marty. You already know, man. I just wanted to chop it up with you, man, and see your thoughts on that and things that I said, man.
Oh, man. I appreciate you, man. Double salute to you. Thanks for coming through. And I definitely gave you the salute and shout out for the Cash App. Appreciate it, my brother.
Yes, sir.
And come on back up on Wednesday, man. Come
yes,
on
sir.
back through.
Okay.
All right, you got it, man. Hey, I got to encourage you before you go. Thank you for giving me my flowers too, bro. I really appreciate that. And keep up the work. I see your channel. You be killing them over there, brother. I see what you're doing, and you're going to grow. And let me give you a free plug real quick. Listen now, we got the Help Family. That's what we do on YouTube. We help family. Deem is family, y'all. When the live go off, please go over to his channel. Salute Deem. You know what I mean? You got to listen to him. He break it all down. Subscribe to his channel. He knows exactly what he's talking about. He's not no hater. He's not no, oh, I'm a fanboy. No. He really knows his boxing. Please go subscribe to his channel. Look him up. You know what I mean? We got to help him get monetized. You're not monetized yet, Dean, are you?
Man, Manager Marty, we are, I believe, 75 subscribers away from it.
We need to get our brother monetized. He's got a family. He's putting this thing together. He's investing his time. Y'all go help Brother Dean out. You know what I mean? Salute
Man,
to you
Marty,
again, Dean.
man,
Appreciate you, big dog.
Man, thank you for that. You didn't have to do that. And the fact that you did, man, I just want to say I truly appreciate that. 215, you already know, Philly in the building. I'm out.
215, you know it. Thanks, Dean. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah. Oh, let me get this super chat real quick. Got to put it out there. Hold on. Oh, it's two more. Hold on. We got to support the people that support us. Double salute to my guy, Lifeline Music TV. Thanks for the support and the contribution to the channel, Lifeline. Lifeline Music said, you've been addressing the matters concerning the Spence versus Crawford situation and also Victor Conte's devious works. You're exposing some shaky ground and they don't like you because of it. Hey, the truth hurts, Lifeline. You know what I mean? It hurts, and I got to keep on speaking it. That's what I got to do. That's my calling. That's what I'm going to do. And here's the thing. I let the chips fall where they may. You know what I mean? So I appreciate your super chat, Lifeline. You know how we do. Another guy, my God, double salute to him. Another supporter of the channel. Thank you for your support and contribution. Manyface Publishing. Thank you. This is what Manyface says. If guys like Canelo, Crawford, and Tank fight on pay-per-view anyways, why can't we get the fights that fans want? They fight the fighter, they fight pay-per-view regardless. Why are we not getting the fights? Okay, they're going to fight on pay-per-view regardless, so why are we not getting the fights? That's a really good question, Manyface. I think what it is you have, what it is in business of boxing is this: you have to have the right dance partner. You know what I mean? You have to be able to go to the networks to ask you, meaning a promoter, right? Go to the networks to basically make an appeal to them to justify the money as a promoter that they ask for, you know, the networks to pay for, you know, pay the licensing fees. Because, you know, if let's say Tank Davis fight me, nobody not going to pay to see that fight. So they got to have a right dance partner if you're going to justify charging the fans of boxing a fee of $60, $70, $80, $90, you know, per show, if they don't have the right dance partner. And so right now, it's hard to find the right dance partner for Tank Davis. It's hard right now to find the right dance partner for Canelo if he's not fighting David Benavidez. I mean, no disrespect to Shakur Stevenson, but right now, a lot of people are not clamoring for Tank Davis to fight a Shakur Stevenson. I mean, we might clamor for that fight because we're hardcore boxing fans. But remember, when it's on pay-per-view, the whole goal is to encourage and entice and galvanize casual boxing fans to pay for this one-time event. You know what I mean? Something that they won't find nowhere else. So right now, and Crawford, right now, most boxing fans, especially hardcore boxing fans, most of them, not all, but most hardcore boxing fans don't want to see the rematch between Crawford and Spence, right? But we know Crawford don't want to fight Boots. So who else is there for Crawford to fight in the 147-pound division? And the reason why I'm saying 147-pound division is because he still holds the titles there. So right now, it's all about finding the right dance partner for all three of these fighters to justify charging us as fans $60, $70, $80, you know, every time these guys fight on pay-per-view. You know what I mean? It was something else I wanted to say. Oh, let me tell y'all this quick announcement. I'm gonna let y'all go real soon. I got the news today. All right. It is official. It's official. Let y'all know it is official. Manager Marty, it's official now. Manager Marty is licensed as of today. News just broke today. I am officially licensed as a professional boxing and MMA ring announcer. Isn't that awesome? My voice is my gift. So we're going to take it up to another level in the sport of boxing. I got other goals in the sport of boxing, and that was one of them, especially now that I have the podcast. So yes, it is official. I got to update my description on YouTube too. I am now a licensed professional boxing and MMA ring announcer. Woohoo! All right, what else we got here real quick? Oh, thank you, Dean. Supreme, I didn't even know Supreme was here. Thank you, Supreme. Dag, I didn't even know Asante was here. Salute. Carl Brown, thank you. Salute. Riley Fred, salute. Everybody congratulating me in the chat, man. I appreciate y'all. All things, salute. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. Who that up there? 2 Cents Boxing. Salute. Hold on. I got King Swisher. Salute. Thank you. Andre Noble. Salute. Thank you. I got to put 2 Cents Boxing comment on the screen. Hold on. Where her join at? Hold on. Here you go. 2 Cents Boxing says, now they going to be like, what fight you announced? Woo, you know they are 2 Cents. You know they going to ask me, what fights you announced? Yeah. Who that? Papa Gun. Salute. Thank you, man. Sin Ironheart. Salute. Thank you. Appreciate you. Many Face Publishing. Salute. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. Listen, I'm trying to find this video, right? Do y'all remember? Y'all might not remember this. Do you all remember that I did a live right here, live in living color, about a month ago? And I was talking about how one of the things that Devin Haney is going to have to do to start planting his feet and imprinting himself to gain the status of superstar was to fight other places in the country besides the West Coast. Do y'all remember that? I'm trying to see if I can find it. Y'all remember that in the chat? Double salute again, Lifeline Music. Thank you for your support and contribution to the channel. Lifeline says, where is your boy Band Up? Is he still a part of Roll the Tape? I don't know where Band Up is. You know, the last time I heard from Band Up, I think the last time I heard from him, he DM'd me on Instagram. And he told me, I wasn't even gonna bring this up until I seen him here, but hey, they asked about him, so. Band Up told me, this is what he told me. This is why I'm still waiting for him to come in, because I'm looking for him. I want to ask him something. He told me in a DM on IG, Instagram, I think this was what, 2 weeks ago or last week? He told me that he finally got the numbers that I've been asking for. For a whole year and some change now, I have been asking for the BLK Prime pay-per-view buys that Terence Crawford did with David Evanesian. And Band Up told me he has the numbers. And the reason why Band Up told me that he has the numbers is because he sent me a copy of something about his conversation with Blue Blood Sports TV. Okay? And I said, well, since you DM'd the guy, won't you ask him about them pay-per-view buys for me? Because I've been asking for a little over a year now. And I guess he must have asked Blue Blood Sports TV. And I guess apparently it was 150,000 pay-per-view buys that Terence Crawford versus David Evanesian did. That's what Band Up told me. So we need answers on that. So, I mean, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. If Blue Blood said that, I really don't believe that. We need more evidence than that. No disrespect, but you got to keep it 100. You know, that's all I'm saying. Big Noble Royalty. Double salute to you, man. Thank you for your contribution, your support of the channel, and thank you for your congratulations. I really, really appreciate it. One Sexy T. Double salute to you. Thank you for your congratulations as well. I really appreciate the support from all of you. I find it hard to believe that that fight did 150,000 pay-per-view buys. I'm gonna keep it all the way on it. I find, and even if it did, I'm trying to figure out is why it takes so long for a guy like Band Up, who's just a fan of Crawford, to come out and DM me that. I mean, and what I'm saying is, if Blue Blood can talk about everybody else's pay-per-view numbers, you know, why is it so hard for him to just come out and they could have been said this in 2 days after the fight? Hold on, let me try to see if I can find this real quick. I'm trying to find a video where I told everybody live. So that means when you behind the scenes, that Devin Haney can start fighting in other venues, not on the West Coast, so that he can start cementing himself and establishing his position as a superstar. And long and behold, he will be fighting Ryan Garcia at the Barclays Center. I said that last month to all of you that discredit me and say I don't know the business of boxing. But anyway, even with that being said, I'm trying to find it so I can replay it. Y'all can hear me talking about it. But even with that being said, though, I want to tell you it's going to be a very, very, very major challenge, a very colossal task to have both of these guys, Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, both are from the West Coast. You know, it's going to be very, very difficult for those two guys to sell out that arena. And the reason why I say that is because most people that sold out that arena, and I'm talking about Tank Davis, of course, and Danny Garcia, multiple times Danny Garcia, both of those guys are from the East Coast, right? So that's kind of like, I don't want to say home base, but that's home base for those guys when you talk about arena status, right? So what I'm basically saying is that this is a good opportunity for both of these guys, Ryan and Devin, to try to submit themselves as superstars by fighting outside of their comfort zone in Vegas and California, which they both represent the West Coast. Okay, but it's going to be difficult. I mean, the prices that I saw today when I was looking at pricing, this is an arena. These are arena prices. You know what I mean? So you got to pay how you weigh if you want to support these fighters. You're going to have to pay how you weigh to go to this fight. You know what I mean? But, you know, and these guys are going to make some big money. But at the same time now, this is what's going to have to happen if they want this fight to be a success. They have to make it a success by having a very competitive undercard, and they're going to have some names that represent the East Coast that can help sell tickets, because both of the main event participants, Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, they are from the West Coast. All right. And so I just wanted to put that out there to let y'all know that's how the business of boxing works. I'm not saying that they won't be successful. They might be successful, and I hope that they are successful. But what I'm saying is they got to have I'm talking about the undercard got to be nice, and you got to have some East Coast contenders, even champions, to help sell the tickets and move that needle. You know what I mean? Because they on the East Coast now. You know what I mean? And apparently with their history, they, meaning Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, the undercards that they've been producing, now it's not their fault. This is all promotion and network. It's not their fault. But their undercards don't really be entertaining a lot. So with this fight in an arena, the undercards have to be on point, especially putting those East Coast fighters in there that got names, that can sell tickets to make this whole entire event do good numbers. All right. Now the price point is going to be good if you pay for it on the zone. What's the zone? Like $60? I think the zone is like a $60 price point. So for a pay-per-view of this magnitude with Garcia and Haney, $60 is really good. So I hope both of these fighters do good. I'm trying to find where I said that at. What show was that? When I put that together, I'm gonna find it. Even if I don't find it today, it's cool. I'm gonna find where I said that at. Let me see something. He's gonna give you. I can't find it. I'll find it though. I don't want to hold y'all up, but I remember saying that live. You know, when they said New York City, I'm like, what? New York City? Wait a minute. Didn't I say that Bill Haney got to go in the background, let Devin do most of the talking, and in the background, advocate for Devin to fight outside of the comfort zone of the West Coast so that he can submit himself as a superstar. And I was making a reference to Tank Davis. You can take Tank Davis anywhere. South, East, West, you're going to sell. You know what I mean? Errol Spence, you see what he do. He go to Vegas, he going to sell. He go to Texas, his hometown, you going to sell. I was speaking on this. And so it's the same thing when it comes to Devin Haney. Give him an opportunity to go outside of California. Give him an opportunity to come outside of Las Vegas. Same thing with Ryan Garcia, you know what I mean? And I got people in the chat that's agreeing with me. They remember me saying this. You see? That was for those that discredit me, talking about I don't know the business. I do this. This is what I do. Somebody just cash at me. I want to see who that was so I can acknowledge them. Oh, there it is. Double salute. Estelle, thank you for your cash app. Thank you for your contribution and your support to the channel. Estelle, I actually did acknowledge you publicly towards the end of the broadcast on, what day was that? The last time, Friday, I believe. Yes, I did acknowledge you, Estelle, and I'm acknowledging you right now and again. Thank you so much, Estelle. I appreciate your support and contribution. And yes, I am acknowledging you right now. Thank you so much again. But yes, the last time, it was towards the end of the last program. I did acknowledge you. Yes, I did. And I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, so, I mean, right now to sit on the floor, 10 rows behind the ring, it's like $9,000. So, of course, the closer you move up, it's going to be more, but you know, right now it's 8,000. If you sit in section 24, and I think that was section 24, row 18, that was, what was that earlier? That was like $3,000. That was like $3,900. Because I was looking up the prices earlier. That was like $3,900. If you know anything about the layout of the Barclays Center. I've been in the Barclays Center like 100 times. So, but that's an arena. These are arena prices. Hey, you gotta pay how you wait when you go there. But you know, we'll see. But the bottom line is, if this is a success for both fighters, I think it's great for both of them. You know what I mean? Because guess what? Next stop, Madison Square Garden. Not saying that Devin Haney didn't fight in the East Coast. What I'm basically saying is, ever since he captured the titles, excuse me, and he's been on an upward trajectory in his career, he's been on the West Coast all this time. Now, come on, bring him over to the East Coast. You know what I mean? Bring Ryan Garcia to the East Coast. You know, I think it's good business. But the question becomes, how successful will this event be if you don't have a big, you got to have a big undercard when you have two of the main event participants going at each other and they're from the West Coast. You know what I mean? You have to make an appeal, especially if we don't know if they have very large fan bases. You know, so we're talking about fighting in an arena filled with 5,000 to about 17,000 now. That's a big difference. So yes, we want to make sure that undercard is tight, super tight. You know what I mean? So the show can be successful. That's one of the things that will aid, you know, this event. I don't know who's on the undercard right now. I'm sure they probably didn't finish the entire card and probably still going through the process of getting all the fights approved by the New York State Athletic Commission. But yeah, so we gonna see. We're gonna see about this fight. We just gotta support it. If we can't go, you know, support it on pay-per-view. I'm trying to see right now. Yeah, they don't even have the undercard listed yet. So they're still working on it. You know what I mean? They do have the matchmakers in place. So that's good. Kevin Rooney Jr., the son of Kevin Rooney. Y'all know who Kevin Rooney is. You've seen him in the corner of Mike Tyson back in the day. His son is a matchmaker. So they're going to put something together, but that undercard has to be, I'm talking about that undercard has to be tight. Very competitive, recognizable names from the East Coast that have helped move that needle of selling tickets for this event. You know? Eddie Hearn, somebody asked me something. Hold on. Eddie Hearn does have something to do with this fight. In fact, Eddie Hearn is one of the promoters of this fight. So Eddie Hearn, who's going to be representing Devin Haney, and Oscar De La Hoya, Golden Boys Promotion, is going to be representing Ryan Garcia. So I didn't hear Eddie Hearn say that, but if it's coming from 2 Cents Boxing, I know it's true. Eddie Hearn said he has nothing to do with it. No, Eddie Hearn has something to do with it. He's listed as the promoter. He does have something to do with this. He is representing Devin Haney. Yeah. So whoever said that Eddie Hearn don't have nothing to do with it, yes, he does. He's representing Devin Haney as his promoter. I keep telling y'all that, but nobody want to listen. But anyway, yes. That undercard has to be good. It has to be good. And also, let me say this. I think I saw something that stated from VADA that Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney received their welcome letters from VADA by beginning their process of VADA testing. Of course, this is 8 weeks out, according to the website of VADA. 8 weeks before the fight. So, who said that two cents boxing? Oh, Eddie Hearn said it's Bill and Oscar. That's what Eddie Hearn said. Eddie Hearn has an option agreement with Devin Haney. So that's not true. He has him locked into an option, which he's exercising right now. You know what I mean? He's exercising that option right now. Remember, I told y'all, a promoter is not going to, this is all standard across the business of boxing. You never heard it nowhere else. That's why I'm glad that you're here. A promoter is not going to allow an outsider to come in, fight their world champion with the possibility of beating their world champion, and then allowing that world champion now, who was the outsider who won, to just leave and just leave the promoter with an ex-champion. After all the investment of building up this fighter to be a world champion, that's not how promoters operate. So of course they're going to lock Devin Haney into another fight or two. That's why Eddie Hearn has the option on Devin Haney, and of course he's exercising it now. That's how the business of boxing works. And I'm saying that because Devin Haney beat Regis Prograis for the title, right? Okay then. So Eddie Hearn's not going to let Devin Haney walk away and go over there to fight on Top Ranks banner with a belt that he helped his fighter, get built up to be in contention first and then win it. No, that's not good business. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, since everybody's saying that, let me show you something real quick. We're gonna nip that in the no pun intended, nip that in the bud right now, just so we all can be on the same page of how this works. Hold on. Make sure we're on the same page here. I'm gonna leave y'all with this real quick, because Two Cents Boxing brought up a point about this, so I want to make sure everyone's clear. Eddie Hearn is involved. He's definitely involved. He has an option on look at your screen. Y'all look at your screen now. Y'all see it. Can y'all hear me? Oh, y'all can't hear me? Hold on. All right, here we go. Look at your screen. April 20th, 2024. Barclays Center, Brooklyn, New York, USA. Who is the commission? New York State Athletic Commission. Who are the promoters for this fight? You see where it say promoter? Thank you, Rob Jones. Thank you. Y'all see where it say promoter at, right? Oscar De La Hoya for Golden Boy Promotions and Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. Okay? So it's probably going to be a combination of their fighters that's going to be on this card. And it's going to, and other promoters obviously can, and managers can obviously be a part of that process of getting their fighters on the card as well. But to Two Cents Boxing's point, yes, Eddie Hearn is listed as the promoter for this card. That's because he still has a contract with Devin Haney. He has an option on him because he won the title. This is how the business of boxing works. You see how people keep trying to bamboozle the people? Come on now. Let's keep it all the way real now on YouTube. Let's stop trying to act like we are. Come on. I know everybody want to act like they're the bosses and big dogs, and that's cool, but we got to call it. Listen, what we do on this channel, truth and evidence. Truth and evidence now. All right. Eddie Hearn and Oscar De La Hoya will be the promoters on this card. And I just wanted to end it with that. Thank y'all for coming out. I might even do a live tomorrow. I might come back tomorrow. Ooh. Yeah, I might come back tomorrow. So stay tuned. I'm not sure yet, but most likely I might come do a live tomorrow. And that way we can go ahead and do our thing. And I'm going to pull out with the same way I came in with the hottest intro on YouTube.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty.
Thank you. You're far too kind.